So you guys wanted to see a full review of the EvoFox Elite X2 Pro controller, so here it is. After watching this video, you'll have everything you need to know about this controller.
And I'll keep it short and sweet, so if you guys find it helpful, I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel.
So here we go. Let's talk about the first thing you notice about the X2 Pro right out of the box. This controller has a sleek design and it feels really well built. The older X2 already had these RGBs around the joysticks, but the new light strips on the X2 Pro make it look right out of a sci-fi movie. The colors fade smoothly and you have a lot of themes to choose from. Different games, different moods. The case is wide enough to be comfortable in your hands. The weight is well distributed, and the addition of this grippy texture on the legs is a welcome change. Overall, it's a well-designed and well-built controller. Yes, both the joysticks and the triggers are magnetic Hall effect types, which means there are less chances of failures and drifts over time. In the box, you also get a pair of longer sticks, which can be used to replace one or both the original joysticks as per your liking. And it's quite easy to do. You just pull out the default ones and push these in. I'm now using the longer sticks regularly and they do feel better. Although I must say I like the X2's joysticks better. They have these well-dipped indents which give your thumbs a great grip. The bottom triggers can be toggled into either analog or digital modes with the individual switches on the backside. Going further down, we get to macro buttons. These are programmable buttons which can be set to key combinations to be used in-game. Like when I'm playing GTA 5 on my PlayStation, it has this mod menu that opens up by pressing the L3 and R3 buttons together, which I've now mapped to the left macro button. And similarly, I open the trainer with the right one. You can set up to 16 button combinations if you want. You also have a mobile app for programming the macro buttons and a few more features, which I didn't test around that much because I honestly didn't find a need for it. The controller just works fine without it, and you don't need the app for programming the macro buttons as well. Now for the compatibility and connectivity, the X2 Pro adds Bluetooth over the non-Pro version. This means that you can connect to mobile devices and iPads without the need for an OTG cable or a dongle. You pair it just like a Bluetooth device and you're good to go. I tested it with Call of Duty on my iPad and it works just fine. By the way, here's a list of games that you can play on Android using a controller. I tested it with GeoCloud Gaming and it works with it. It also supports SteamOS on Linux and works on iOS just fine. I regularly use it with my PlayStation 3 via the 2.4 GHz dongle in the box, and I'm happy to report that it works perfectly with the PlayStation 3 as well and should work with the PlayStation 4. Home button and everything works fine, although I found that the triggers are read as digital inputs and not analog, and I couldn't fix that, but other than that it works fine with the PlayStation. The triggers work on analog inputs on PC and mobile, just as they should. It's also supposed to support Nintendo Switch, which I don't have, but if anyone of you does, feel free to drop a comment about it. You could also use it simply in wired mode via the USB-C port on the back, which by the way is the only method that you can use to get an audio output from the headphone jack below. It does not work in wireless mode. Now you can choose the vibration intensity of the controller, and yes, the haptics work on wired and wireless modes on PC, Android and iOS, and on PlayStation. On an average, the controller lasts me the whole week with an hour of gameplay every day, so it's safe to assume that it should give at least 6 to 7 hours of gameplay depending on the vibration intensity you have set and the RGB lights of course. You can disable the RGB lights and the vibrations and you might just get 16 hours claimed battery life. It's got a big battery of 800 mAh and it charges via USB-C, so you don't need to carry around a separate cable for the controller if you're planning to take it on a vacation or something. There is a precision mode on the controller which reduces the joystick's thresholds for accurate aiming and camera controls, which is useful in shooting games. There is also a rapid fire button which I don't use that much, but I see it could be useful in some games. There's no noticeable lag in the Bluetooth mode, and the 2.4 GHz and wired modes are of course smooth as they should be. The company claims that the polling rate of the controller is about 1000 Hz in wired and dongle mode and about 250 in Bluetooth.
AMKit does offer a year's worth of warranty, which I didn't need to avail in these months, and it's a good thing.
And I would suggest you to buy these controllers on their website instead of Amazon,
because you get a 7-day easy return policy, which adds just a little extra peace of mind.
And the warranty registration is automatically done for you. Now you can find the EvoFox Elite X2 at less than 2000 rupees on Amazon, and it already has Hall effect joysticks and triggers, a cool design and good build quality. And if that's what you're looking for, just go for it. It's really worth it.
I've been loving mine and I still regularly play with it.
In fact, sometimes I like it a bit more than the X2 Pro, design wise at least, and it also has these deeper indents on the joysticks as I said, which give you a little better grip. Now the Pro brings in Bluetooth, the much needed grippy texture, and I love these RGB light strips. All these improvements along with the Hall effect joysticks and triggers and the macro buttons just under 2500 rupees is a great option in my opinion for its price. But what do you guys think about this?
Are you planning to buy it? If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments about the X2 or the X2 Pro.
And I'll try to answer all of your queries. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.